What up, people? What up, what up, what up? It's me, L Teddy 27, Angry Teacher Chronicles, and this is going to be our review for Greenleaf, Season 4, Episode 5. So, y'all, it was a lot that went on this episode, so let's get right down to it. So, we got Charity. We start off with Charity playing with her son. And then Grace comes in. And Grace is ready to confront Charity all about calling Noah and basically breaking up Noah's marriage. Charity ain't seeing it for Grace. Charity's all on it. You know what? I ain't break their marriage up. Noah broke it up. Better yet, you probably broke it up. You blaming me. Girl. Fall back. Can I just say that jumper that Charity had on, wardrobe, hello, people over in wardrobe, y'all don't do that to her no more. Don't do that to her no more. Because that jumper was not flattering on her at all. It was not cute. Not even slightly. I'm just saying. And where is Kevin? Inquiring minds want to know, where is Kevin? Because to me, it don't seem like Charity is trying to do anything involving anything associated with child rearing, okay? Or raising a child. Where is Kevin? Now we see Aaron, but if Aaron's supposed to be booed up with Kevin, where's Kevin? Can I get a Kevin sighting? I mean, can we put bolos out for him, APBs out on Kevin? Because I want to see Kevin. Just saying. I told y'all a couple weeks ago, we need more of an influx of attractive black men on this show, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot. I'm just saying. Anyway, I mean, help a brother out. God. Anyway, Carissa then goes to May. And this trick had the nerve, the gall. First of all, Carissa, you got a set of brass ones on you, okay? You already know. You don't see it for May. May don't see it for you, honey. So, she asked May, oh, when we move out. And so May was like, move out? Y'all just moved in. So, she's just springing on May that they plan on moving out. This trick had the nerve to say, when we move out, can we take the furniture with us? And May had to remind her, hey, boo, when y'all moved out the first time and moved in that raggedy house, and I told you not to move out there, I was nice enough to let you take the furniture there. That did not belong to you. That I paid for, and that was mine. And then when you all ceremoniously had to give up the house, y'all left the furniture there for some man to sell on eBay. Girl, if you don't fall back somewhere, Carissa. Now, Carissa is way out of line. Way out of pocket. She got a set of brass was on her. We'll get back there later. May says no emphatically. And I was right there with May. I was with May wholeheartedly, okay? Charity is then there with the musician guy. I cannot think of the guy's name. The guy who's gay or whatever and got a husband or whatever that got kicked out of the church. I can't think of this man's name. Oh, that's nasty, y'all. I thought I felt something in my tooth. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. That was real nasty. I apologize. Oh, God. Anyway, whatever. So she talks to the musician guy, the piano player, organist, whatever he is, minister of music, whatever he's supposed to be, about regretting breaking up a marriage. And she really doesn't go into detail with him about it, but she says, you know, she's been feeling bad. She's been up all night and praying about it or watching TV or something. But she's been, you know, all up in sorts about that. So then Phil sees Grace in the hall at the church. Phil tells Grace, listen, Your brother talk about coming up in here to present some homeless program later this evening at the Deacon Board meeting. Baby, tell him don't try it, honey, because it ain't going to happen. It's not happening. And so she was like, we got this. Because he was like, don't even have him present it because it's not going to pass. She was like, don't worry about it. We got this. So then we see AJ. She goes up in her office. Who's waiting there for her? AJ. AJ is right. How he got in there, I don't know. Well, Corinne was not at work. Corinne was at the Greenleaf Estates, um, helping the bishop with some stuff. Helping the bishop get some files and old sermons and old videotapes. While Corinne was going, I guess that was the perfect opportunity for AJ to sneak in her office. So AJ sneaks into uh, Grace's office, and he's basically there just for money. I need some money. I done ran out of money. Grace was like, have you been working on a job, this, that, and the third? Grace is, first of all, scared because she don't want nobody to see him. Grace is kind of embarrassed, but she doesn't want him to be found out. He was like, are you going to give me the money or what? So Grace gives him the money. Phil barges in, sees him, and Phil is like trying to figure out who he is. And so, but anyway, he tells Grace that her lawyer is in the conference room. So Grace tells AJ to leave through the fire exit. And so he was like, oh, I must be the fire. Because Grace is kind of like still trying to hide him. So then after that, we see Zor. Zor gets a call from the basketball player's girlfriend saying they about to have this party because he made the All-Star team. I think his name is Dante. But he made the All-Star team and he about to have this day-long turn-up or whatever. And so the little girlfriend of the basketball player, Dante, says, come over. And so Zora says, okay. So Zora going over there. Charity goes into Phil's office and tells Phil, listen, Phil, I can't keep doing this. I cannot be your spy. I can't do this to my sister and my family because it don't seem right. God didn't tell me to do this. I don't feel right. I'm going to hell. I can't do it no more. And then we cut away to the Greenleaf Estates. Now, May and the bishop have this conversation. Basically, Carissa then went and asked the bishop about keeping the furniture after May already told this whore no. So this whole ass whore went and asked the bishop after that. So Bishop goes to May and says, oh, why don't you just get him the furniture? May says, I'll give him the furniture if you say no to going to Atlanta. So he was like, well, I already said yes to Atlanta. May was like, I already told her no to the furniture. And who is she to go and ask you behind my back? That was a whole mess. An entire mess. And I was so with May on that. And I'm never on May's side. But I was on May's side this time. So, so Bishop said, well, I'm still going to Atlanta, so I guess I'll tell Carissa you said no. And that was that. So then, we see, Grace, I forgot, Grace met with, Aaron, her real brother. Well, I guess Jacob is her real brother too. Just her half brother. And yeah, that would make Aaron her half brother too. So I guess Aaron is as much her brother as Jacob is. All right, so she goes to meet with Aaron, her brother. And Aaron tells her everything should be good with the bishop and the tax stuff with the IRS. All of that should be good and paid off. So she propositions him to give AJ a job. He doesn't know who AJ is. She doesn't tell him who AJ is. She just said it's one of the young men at the church that she's trying to help out who's been to jail. So he agrees, okay, if you recommend them, then I'll do it on the strength of your name. And so he says, okay, have him meet me at my job. at my office, and then we can talk about it. So let's fast forward. AJ goes to meet with Aaron at the Aaron's office, and Aaron is talking to AJ about how charitable and benevolent Grace is, and how she's such a great person, and how she does all these things for people she doesn't even know. This, that, and the third. And AJ is like, in his mind, I know he's thinking like, oh really? If you only knew how she's probably just trying to make up for what she did to me, her firstborn child. Anyway, um, so in the middle of this conversation, AJ, you can see he's feeling like, you know what? I'm not here for this. I don't want to hear all about how great she is, because she never been great to me. So he was like, can I go use the bathroom? He goes to use the restroom, never comes back. So then we cut away to Zora at the basketball player Dante's party. Basketball player is already leaning, and it's early, and he already leaning. We find out he ain't ate all day, so he just way out of control. He's already drunk. So then we're we cut away back at the church. So we at the church now. Charity is walking through the hall. Phil runs up on Charity. Hey boo, you know, this, that, and the third, trying to run his game on her. Why don't you let me take you out to dinner? You're the only one who I respect here. This, that, and the third. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because he know Charity is his only in on the Greenleafs. So then May and the bishop have this talk. Now this was a contentious talk between May and the bishop. It starts off not that bad, because May tells the bishop how she turned Bob Whitmore down, and how she was not going to go to this women's conference to speak and present like Bob Whitmore offered her. She's not taking the bait. Some kind of way this morphs into this contentious conversation about both of their infidelities. I don't even know how it went down that road, but it did. And it got really contentious. So we then are back at the church, and Jacob is before the deacon board, and he's selling to them the homeless project. So in the middle of him talking to the deacon board, and he's pretty much sold them on it. He presented a great case on a great pitch for it. Zora calls him. He ignores the call. Keeps talking. Zora calls him again. He ignores Zora's call again. And I think she called a third time. He was like, it must be really important. Let me take this. Goes outside to take the call. Zora says, listen, don't be mad, but Dante is out of control, the basketball player. You need to come here now. You see him in the background. He got this Confederate flag, you know, tossing it around and saying all kind of reckless stuff. So he says, I'll be right there. So after that, I'm trying to make sure I missed nothing. So Jacob leaves and goes out to meet Zora at the party. Phil then, we see when they're walking out, because what happened is Grace has to continue the meeting. Grace says, we've heard enough, let's go ahead and vote. So they vote, and they pass the, you know, they give a passing or affirmative vote in order to go forward with the project. So when they're walking out of the meeting, Phil congratulates Grace on the vote at the deacon board. When Phil walks off, Grace gets this phone call. It's from Aaron. Aaron says, listen, I don't know what happened. Because Grace was like, oh, how did it go with the job? And Aaron was like, it ain't go nowhere, because in the middle of our meeting, he actually used the bathroom and never came back. So we see that Jacob goes to this party. The basketball player is all out of control. He's just being reckless. He has this Confederate flag. He's doing all of this stuff, talking about burning it, trying to throw it play basketball with it and throw it in the fire. These white boys show up. Now, this is the part that was a little unbelievable for me, okay? You got this endless sea of black young people, okay? Just endless sea. The party is packed. And magically, these two lone white boys roll up in there, push through all the crowd, get up in there, and then all of a sudden, now they fighting the basketball player in this big party filled with nothing but black um, young people. I don't quite see them having those kind of cojones on them, okay? I don't see it going like that in real life. Y'all really were stretching on that. But anyway, an argument ensued. White boys punch the basketball player, and the fight breaks out, and it turns into a melee. Jacob is in the middle of this melee, trying to break it up, but with all of these are kids, so they got their phones out, they recording, they on Snapchat, they on Instagram, they on Facebook, they on the Twitter, they're on anything imaginable, okay? So it ends up getting all in social media, as you can probably imagine. Pictures being taken, videos being taken, and especially if it's a picture or a fragment, a video that's just a fragment of the actual melee itself. It could have looked like Jacob was right in the middle of it, involved in the melee, when he was really coming there just to break it up. So then we see Grace. She goes to see AJ about leaving the meeting with Aaron. AJ explains to her why he left. He said, listen, I wasn't here to hear all this good stuff they was talking about you, and how everybody thinks you this great person. And he was kind of upset that everybody thinks that Grace is all good, but he's never known Grace to be good like that. And it makes him feel like, you know what, I ain't here for this. I ain't here to be your little secret. I mean, shoot, this is not Escape, and you are not Candy singing, you're my little secret, and that's how we should keep it. Everybody cheats, but you gotta know how, gotta know when, gotta know why. My infatuation with you is taking me on an emotion high. I'm caught all up in this love affair, baby. Speculation won't bring us there. Friends are asking me about it. Still the truth they can't read. You know, I had a little moment that was my jam back in the day. I loved You're My Little Secret. I mean, he ain't her little secret that way, but he's still her little secret. This, that, and the third. And so he's like, listen, I ain't here for it. I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. I'm not going to be your secret. I don't need you no more. Don't come by here no more. Don't worry about it. I'll find a job. I'll find a way to pay my own rent. I don't need your hand-me-down. I don't need me nothing else. And furthermore, if somebody come and ask me, I am going to tell them who I am. I'm just letting you know that now. Child mess. Bishop, I forgot the part where Phil takes Charity out to dinner. Phil tells Charity, listen, I am Bob Whitmore. Everything he's ever written, I wrote it. I met him back in 03. This, that, and the third. Promises, expectation, this, that, and the third. I do all of his writing. And, hopefully, if all things goes well, we can put Grace out and I'll become the pastor of Calvary. If Hope and Harmony is that big as they try to make it sound, I'm sure there are several other mega churches that are in their franchise chain or whatever. And if Bob saw it for you, you would have been had you a church at one of them other big churches. Why Calvary? Child, boom. It's something else behind that. So then we see Bishop. He's watching some of his old sermons, getting inspiration. Next thing you know, May is in the room. Baby Carissa walks up in there. And May goes in. Because she was like, how dare you go behind me and try to ask Bishop to let you get furniture that I already told you no on. And Carissa was like, girl, I was going to give you this letter and leave it when we left. But girl, I guess I'll tell you. Girl, I tried to like you when we first met. But girl, I don't see it for you. I don't respect you. Baby, she called her old and jalopy. Girl, them middle school reads, honey. Bitch, you know back in the day, you used to call somebody big and jalopy back in the day of 6th grade, 7th grade. Girl, you're a whole ass clown, Carissa. You are a clown. And nobody cares about the tears of a clown. Okay? You're a whole ass clown, Carissa. Because you're supposed to be big. If you are this big time principal, CEO, whatever you are of this private school, not a public school, a private school where people are paying to go there, where the hell is your money? Because you expected Jacob to make it happen with the way that you try to make your school seem, this elite private school. Baby, you should have your own coin. You should need Jacob to finance the house. Baby, you should be like, I already got savings. I already got my own money. I can make it happen. So I don't understand. It's not making sense for you to be solely dependent on Jacob and his finances. Girl, make it make sense. But baby, she starts to try to go in on May. May slaps her. You know, I've always said, especially, well, not so much with women, but with two men. Especially, but sometimes with women too. If someone is that angry with you and the first inclination they have is to open palm slap you, then one of two things is happening. Either one, that person is real soft and can't fight. Or two, they do not respect you at all. Because they don't even think you can fight to throw back a good punch. Because they ain't throw you the first punch. They threw you a slap. And so they don't respect you at all. But we'll see, honey. Moving on. Baby, they get to tussling and fussing. Bishop, I don't know if he heard them or not, but Bishop comes in and they stop. And so he really breaks it up, but doesn't know he's breaking it up. Or maybe he does know he's breaking it up. And so Carissa leaves, honey. And Bishop tells May that he's not going to Atlanta because based on his sermon that he listened to, God told him not to go to Atlanta. Child, we'll see what that's about. Finally, well, not finally, Carissa goes back up there to the room. Baby Jacob comes in there. And Jacob was like, well, you know, because Carissa was like, where you been? I've been calling. He'd be like, okay, have you not been watching the news? She'd be like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, it was this big incident. It's all over the news with Dante, the basketball player, and so forth. And he got out of pocket. He was like, you know, I got fired by the team. So we gonna have to hold off on the house. Mind you, this whole ass whore just left from going in on Lady May. I told you, you're a whole ass clown and nobody cares about the tears of a clown. Carissa. She's a whole ass clown. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. Cause that look on her face, baby, that woman look like she might want to sleep on the streets before she go sleep up in the house one more good day. The last scene we see, May is downstairs doing something and she started to ask Grace about some book, some scripture in the book of Hebrews. I think it's something like that. Grace said, listen, I need to talk to you. May says about what? And she says about my son. And it goes off from there. So you know next week is going to be a whole bunch of fireworks. Because from what I can see, Grace will introduce May to her grandson. Ciao. We'll see how this plays out. We'll be back next week, y'all. Same time, same place for Greenleaf. I hope y'all like. Let's get in these comment section and argue about what you saw. That's all I got, y'all.